Hi, I'm Kai Robinson with ProRank Business Solutions, and welcome to our video series on the consultant qualification process on PennDOT's Engineering and Construction Management System, or ECMS. In this video series, we're going to cover how to download the consultant templates that are required to make your consultant qualification package. We'll walk you through how to complete each template. We'll talk about each field that will help you create your consultant qualifications package. Then we will walk you through the upload of your qualifications package on PennDOT's ECMS, or Engineering and Construction Management System. So you will go from not having an active qualifications package or a qualifications package that's in draft status to an active consultant qualifications package if you just follow along with us and you follow these steps. So let's get started. The first thing I want you to notice is, in order to access or to get to your templates that you need to create your consultant qualifications package, you don't need to be logged in. So for the first step in this process, you do not need to actually be a business partner, which is going to be logging into ECMS by clicking here. And we're just going there as a guest. And what we're going to do is we are going to navigate to business partner. We're going to go to consultants, and that'll bring us to the consultant information portal. And you'll see it's bringing us here to template downloads. And these are the templates that we need right here. Okay. Everybody needs to get the general information template. We're going to download that. Project experience template. We're going to download that, and the resumes for consultant qualifications package. Now, before we download resumes templates for the consultant qualifications package, we need to make the distinction. Are the resumes for the employees that we need, are they going to be construction inspection people? If they're any kind of construction inspection folks, you're going to need the resumes for construction inspection. If you have both types of folks working for your firm, you're going to need to download both. So what I'm going to do is download my normal resume, and I'm going to get the resume template for construction inspection. Because in this sample, our company, Sample ABC Company, is going to have a construction inspection person. And just something to keep in mind, when you are completing, and I'm just going to show you real quick. This is your general information template, okay? This is the information that it's asking you for. But the one thing about this is it's not easy on the eye, you know. It looks a little confusing. And one thing that we want to show you here is another template that we use, and we'll make this template available for you underneath of this video. We'll make all of these templates available. So you could use the first template, but it's the same information, okay? This is the exact same information that you see here on this template. So if you'd rather use this template, then you can download the templates there from ECMS, and this is the template that they'll give you. Or if you like this template, then you can grab this template from under. So just for purposes of this video, we'll be walking through and completing this template because it's easier on the eye. It'll be easier for you to follow, and then if you want to go back and switch that information over to this template, feel free. And again, there's going to be 3 primary templates that we're walking you through in this series. You're going to have the general information template, right? Then next up, you'll have the project experience template. So the project experience template looks like this when you download it from ECMS, and you just copy and duplicate, you know, the sections that you need. We'll go over that. All right, up to 5 pages. Or again, we have a separate project experience template. If you'd like to use our template here, then you can use this, and this is what we'll be filling out for the purpose of this video, just because it's easier on the eye, a little bit easier to follow, okay? The third part to your consultant qualifications package is your resumes. You're going to have a resume template. When you download it from ECMS, it's going to look like this, okay? And again, we have a separate resume template, and we will make our template available if you'd like to use it. And this is the template that we use and that we'll be using for the purpose of this video. We'll be completing this resume template. And again, just like the project experience, you would just copy these as many times as you need them. Now, if you are a construction inspection person, there is a different template, all right? If you are a construction inspection person, see here where it says Word, your template looks like the ones we've been using the whole time, right? Well, this is what they're giving you or asking you to complete for every construction inspection person you have. So we're going to go through all of these templates in this video series. We're going to show you how to complete them and then how to upload them for your active qualifications package. You're going to have to do this every 12 months, either update it or upload a new one from the date that you upload your first one, so that it'll stay active. They're annual, okay? And they don't require PennDOT approval, right, to make them active. So, and the smallest font that we can use is 12-point font. Last but not least, the final component actually to your consultant qualifications package, PennDOT does not provide you, they do not provide you a template for, but we are going to give you a template for it, and we're going to make it available to you. It's going to be a quality plan that they're going to ask you for, which will be the final piece to your qualifications package. So we'll discuss that with you and we'll show you how to get that prepared. So hopefully this video series is helpful. In the next video, we will be back with the general information template, and we will be walking through the completion of that template. Thanks a lot, and we'll be back with the next video shortly. In this video, we're going to cover the first component of your consultant qualifications package called your general information template. So let's navigate to it here. We don't need to be logged in to get to the template. We're just going to click here to enter ECMS as a guest. We're going to click OK. Then what we'll do is, if you remember, we went to business partner and consultants in the last video. And we're going to start here with this general information template. We're just going to click this here to download, and we're going to download and save our template like so. Now, if you remember in the last video, ECMS is going to give us a general information template that looks like this, right? And you see all the information here: business partner name, the date, the address, the city, the state, the zip, federal ID number, certification number, PennDOT DBE information, disadvantaged group. Submittal is for parent company, branch, subsidiary. I want you to make a close note of this: type of ownership, corporation, partnership, sole proprietor, former name of business if applicable. We have date company was established. We have annual gross receipts. We have a name of not more than 2 principals to contact. Are you incorporated in Pennsylvania? Yes, no. Completes that section. Then we have present offices performing work in Pennsylvania. And this is actually the section you're supposed to copy and paste. You need one of these for each of the offices of your organization that are performing work in Pennsylvania. So for this example, ABC Sample Co. has 2 separate offices that are currently performing work in Pennsylvania. So we filled this out twice for them. We have 2 of those boxes copied and repeated. And then the final section is type of service your firm can provide. And, you know, this is the last section. So, and again, it's not really clear as to where the sections start and stop in this. So what we like to do is use a different template. It looks like this, and you'll see all the same information here: business partner name, date, business address, federal ID number, DBE information, submittals for, name of parent company, type of ownership, former name of business partner if any, date company was established, annual gross receipt, name of not more than 2 principals to contact. Are you incorporated in Pennsylvania? Yes, no. Then a clear break and a clear start of the new section. And this section is the one that actually is the meat and potatoes of the general information section. This is your opportunity to demonstrate and showcase or to communicate exactly what your company has to offer. So you actually would copy this section all the way down through here, right? All of this is one section. And you would copy this and duplicate this for each office doing business in Pennsylvania. And you'd have the office number, office manager, name, office address, telephone number, total personnel in that office, total number. And then personnel by discipline, just check them off, you know, what they do in there. That's these templates. Now, this next section on page 3 is just what type of services can your firm provide. So maybe you do construction inspection, maybe you do construction support services. So, you identify all of this in this general information template. So now let's take a look at ABC Sample Company's general information template. We'll go through it really quick here. Business partner name, ABC Sample Company, and this is the date. The business address is going to be your address, right? And they're actually based out of Wilmington, Delaware. The company's branch offices that are doing business in Pennsylvania will happen to be Pennsylvania based. They don't have to be. They could be doing business in Pennsylvania from that address too. This is their federal ID number, or this would be your federal ID number, of course. Pen.dbe information. This would be their PAUCP certification number here. And then the DBE certification type. What type of DBE are they? MBE, DBE, just a DBE. So you go ahead and list that there. Submittals for the parent company. All right. Name of parent company, ABC Sample Company. Type of ownership is going to be a corporation. Former name of business partner, if any, not applicable. The company was established, say in 2013, but whenever your company was established there. Annual gross receipts, they're still small and growing. They have $675 a year, all right, $675,000 a year. Name of not more than 2 principals to contact. We have Peter Jones and Wayne Washington, all right. Are you incorporated in Pennsylvania? For this intents and purposes, we said no, but if you were, you would say yes, and then you would put your PA certificate number there. All right. So now, again, like we said, where the rubber meets the road, present offices performing work in Pennsylvania. So again, you're going to copy and paste this section as much as needed, right? And duplicate it as many times as needed. You'll see for this particular company, for Sample Co., they copy and pasted this section twice because they have 2 offices that are doing business in Pennsylvania. First office is managed by Stephanie Alexander, right? And the office address is 321 Sample Street in Harrisburg, PA. This is their telephone number. This is their fax number. They have 2 people working out of that office, and this is what those folks do out of that office. Now they have another office, right? That is, the office manager is Wayne Washington, and that's in Philadelphia, PA. 999 Sample Ave, Philadelphia, PA. Telephone number, fax number, and again, that'll just be your telephone number, your fax number. There's only one person out of this office. This is what he does, and you'll see that I copied this section here twice, once for each office. If you had 6 offices, then that's how many times you paste it there, as many times as you need to. So type of services the firm can provide. You see here exactly what ABC Sample Co. is doing. The services that they're providing, you can check these off as you see fit. Check as many or as few as you need to. And the space below here, use this space to provide any additional information or description of resources, including unique capabilities supporting your firm's qualifications. All right, and there's just added a statement here. You don't have to add anything here if you don't want to. For include equipment listing, but just put here, will furnish upon request. But if you do have equipment that is specific to the type of work that you do that would help articulate, that you are capable of doing the work, then you would want to list your equipment or attach it to this document. And it's very important that you save this document as a PDF, as its own PDF, all right? I'm going to make sure that you go down here and you kind of see how I do that. Right now it's a Word document, and what I'm going to do is save it as a PDF, okay? And we're going to export it. We have to make sure that every single template that we create, all of these templates, we save a PDF version, because the only format that ECMS is going to accept the components of your consultant qualification package in is PDF format. All right, so that's the final thing that we're going to be doing in each of these videos, is saving them as a PDF. So that's pretty much it for the general information section. In the next video, we'll be back to walk you through how to complete the project experience section of the qualifications package. In this video, we're going to cover the second step in completing your consultant qualification package, which is your project experience template, or the project experience section. So let's get started. First, to access your project experience template, you don't need to be logged into ECMS. You can access it as a guest. Just click on the click here and click OK. And just like in the last video, we're going to navigate to business partner. We're going to go to consultant. We're going to come to the consultant information portal. And this time we're just going to go to project experience. We're going to click on the project experience link. You'll see the download for project experience appear. You can go ahead and save it to your computer. Now, when you open up the project experience download, this is what it's going to look like from ECMS. All right. A very plain template, straightforward. You're just supposed to copy this as many times as you need it. And this actual entire document can be a maximum of 5 pages. All right. It can be one PDF document that's a maximum of 5 pages once done. All right, you see it's very straightforward. They just want the client name and address. They want the client manager's name and phone number. They want the completion date, the actual or estimated date. They want the professional service fees that were charged, the entire agreement amount. Then they want the amount for the work for which you were responsible. They want the project name and location, nature of the firm's responsibility, and the firm's project manager. All right, so if you remember, this is the template that we showed you in the first video that we actually used for the project experience, and it has all of the exact same information. Our template gives you 2 template boxes at a time, and if you really needed to, you could probably set this thing up to fit 3 project experience templates per page. And if you had a maximum of 5 pages, that would give you about a maximum of 15. Naturally, there's 2 per page. So if you used all 5 pages at 2 per page, that would give you about 10 projects, okay? But you can play with this as you need to. And this is the version that we'll be filling out for this video, all right? So you can continue to follow along. So what we're gonna do here is take a look at the project experience for Sample ABC Company. And we'll see here that the first project that they executed was with the Delaware Department of Transportation. All right, that was in 2014. We have our manager and phone number. We have the completion date. We have the entire service agreement amount. We have the work for which they were responsible as a prime contract, so they were responsible for all of it. We have the project name, the location, the nature of the project, and the firm's project manager, Peter Jones, for this one. All right. We see here project number 2 is set up similarly. This one's with Allegheny County. We have the client name and address here. We have the client manager's name and phone number. We have the completion date. We have the entire agreement amount. We have the amount for which the firm was responsible. Again, we were the prime contractor on that, so we were responsible for all of it. ABC Sample Company was. And then you have the project name, location, nature of the firm's responsibility on the project, and firm's project manager was Peter Jones again. All right, moving right along, coming down to project number 3. And you see how we just put a project number by each of those here, just to keep track of what we're looking at. And as a point of clarity, the project experience is what you have done and the references from those that you've done it for. All right, and this is the work that best illustrates your current qualifications. You might want to update this for a given statement of interest that you're going after. All right, you want to tweak this to make sure that this best represents the qualifications that would be required for that statement of interest. Project number 3 with the Harrisburg School District. All right, client name and address. We have the client manager's name and phone number. We have the completion date. We have the professional service fees for the entire agreement. Then we have the work for which we were responsible for. All right. We have the project name and location, nature of the firm's responsibility, and firm's project manager. Project number 4, you see we have all of the same things here. And all we were doing is copying and pasting those first 2 templates that we showed you, right? And just duplicating them out. All right, and we're going here to our final pages. We actually have 3 pages of projects here. We could have put 2 more if we needed it. And you see the final project, project number 5, is with Pennsylvania Housing and Finance Agency. And you see that we are doing the exact same thing that we did in the other 4 project templates. All right, and all we did was copy and paste them and fill them in respectively for each project. And we could put another one down here if we needed to, and we could keep going for pages if we needed to for 2 more pages, right? So it's very straightforward. Now, the most important step that you need to remember is to save this document as a PDF, all right? So let me show you. Right now, this is a Word document, all right? And so what we're going to do is go to File, we're going to Save As, okay? And when we do Save As, it's going to give us the option to change the format. When we download it, it'll be either a rich text format or maybe a Word document. We want to come down here and change it to a PDF. We want to export, you want to rename it, whatever. Sample co, experience, and we'll just say 1, and we'll export. All right, use PDF. And what that's going to do is, what that's going to do is it's going to save our entire document as, instead of a Word document, our entire document will be saved as one PDF file. And that's very important because in order to upload this document, it's going to need to be saved as one PDF file that cannot exceed 5 pages. All right, so that's very important. At the end of every single one of these videos until submission, we will be saving that section as its own separate PDF file for upload and creation of your final qualifications package. That completes the project experience template. All right, so it's very easy and it's quick to do. And once we save it as one PDF file that does not exceed 5 pages, then the project experience template is complete. So I hope this was helpful. Stay with us, and we'll be back shortly with the next video that covers how to complete the third section or the third template in the consultant qualification package, which will be consultant resumes. Thank you. We're back to discuss how to complete the third component of your consultant qualifications package, which are your consultant resumes. So let's get started. What we're going to do is click here and then OK to enter ECMS as a guest. And like on the previous videos, we're going to navigate to business partner, then to consultants. That brings us to the consultant portal. And what you'll see here are we actually have multiple options for resumes. You have 3 different options. You have resumes for consultant qualifications package. You have resumes for construction inspection Word. And you have resumes for construction inspection Excel. Okay. The main thing to note here is that for all non-construction inspection personnel, that is key personnel, you want to use the resume for consultant qualifications package. Okay. These resume templates are only going to be for key personnel unless that personnel is a construction inspection person. Okay, then they're going to be listed using your construction inspection template if they're going to be applicable to work that you have coming up. Okay, so we'll talk about that in greater detail. But what we're going to do here is click to download the resume template for the key personnel of our normal consultants. So what we're looking at here is a resume template from ECMS for non-construction inspection personnel. It's very straightforward. And you see here we have a resume number, we have the name, the title, primary responsibilities of that individual, years of experience with this firm and with other firms. We have their education. We have their institution, the degrees that they have, the year that they graduated, the specialty that they graduated with. We have the active registration section here, year first registered. We have the disciplines and other qualifications section. And what you would do is copy and paste this template for the individuals as needed. So something to keep in mind is that the resume template should not exceed 2 pages for any individual. Okay, so this could get kind of long. It's going to stretch as you fill it in. It shouldn't exceed 2 pages for any individual. So what we'd like to show you now is the resume template that we use for non-construction inspection individuals. And you see it has the exact same information here, but it's a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier to follow, like we discussed in that very first video. So this is the template that we will actually be completing and walking through for this video. And again, all you would do is just copy this, copy just like the other ones, and you could actually paste it as many times as you need it and just keep duplicating the information. All right, and that's the way that all of these work, once you copy them. So that's the way that works. It's that easy, and then you would just fill this in for each person. So what we'll do now is take a look at the consultant resumes for the key personnel of ABC Sample Company. And again, you're only going to put a resume information for your key personnel, for key decision makers, key executives with your company, and construction inspection folks. This is not the construction inspection template. So on this template, we're only going to be using resumes for key personnel of our company. All right. So what you see here is we have the first resume here for Peter Jones of ABC Company. We have the resume number, his name, his title, primary responsibilities in the company, his education here, active registration, active registered disciplines. It's not applicable to him. Other experience and qualifications. Then moving right along, we have resume number 2 for Wayne Washington. And you see here all of his information filled out. Third key personnel member is Stephanie Alexander, and you see here we have her information. The fourth person is Malik Bey, and you see we have his information here, his name, title, primary responsibilities, okay, institution of education. All right, so this is our key personnel for ABC Company. This is our non-construction inspection key personnel for ABC Sample Company. All right, and what we want to remember to do, like we do for all of our templates, is we need to save this as a PDF, as a single PDF file, so we can upload all of these resumes as a single PDF document. And we wanted to make sure that none of those resumes by themselves exceed 2 pages. Sample company resumes. What we're going to do is go down here and make sure we change it to a PDF, and we will export use.pdf. Now we'll have a saved PDF version of our completed non-construction inspection resumes. Okay, and it's that simple. Now for the construction inspection resume template, now the construction inspection resume template looks like this, and this is the template that you actually download from ECMS. So does that look familiar? Okay, and just really quick, some things to note about a construction inspection resume is that it's not just key personnel. Any construction inspection personnel that you want to use for a given statement of interest, you want to make sure that you have a resume on them uploaded for your company. Something else to keep in mind is that construction inspection resumes are more statement of interest specific. So they're more project specific. A lot of times construction inspection personnel are a transient bunch. They could be working for your company for this project. They could be working for another company for another given project. So you might want to keep a database of those individuals and the projects that they worked on for you, so you can fill this template out faster for future PennDOT projects. Something else to keep in mind is to make sure that at the bottom of each page of the construction inspection resume that you click on the footer and that you put the actual construction inspection personnel's name here. All right, so you have to put it here so that it should be at the bottom of each page. You'll see that on our example. Okay, so you can download this template straight from ECMS, and they give you this actual template. Okay, and what you have at the bottom of that template is actual instructions for how to complete this template and things to consider. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to walk through completing this template, and we will show you some of the things that you'll need to consider. All right, so what we're looking at now is a construction inspection resume for Mark Rogers on behalf of ABC Sample Company. All right, and the first thing to note is that what we're asking for with this construction inspection resume, what we're trying to do is have Mark approved to qualify for a specific level of construction inspection. Okay, and that's what they're asking for in this first blank space here. Based on PennDOT requirements for this agreement, this employee qualifies as a blank per following criteria. So this is where you're going to probably need, unless you know this off of the top of your head, you're going to need a construction inspection chart. So let me pull that up for you right now and let you know where that information is coming from. So this right here is a PennDOT construction inspection qualification chart. It will be available on the materials tab for download with the course materials for this course. And this is what they're asking you for. They're asking you which of these actual designations or listings are you trying to get this inspector approved for, okay, for a given project. Because for one project you might need them to be a TCM2, for the other one they might only need to be a TCIS2. So just depending on what the project calls for and what position you want that individual to play in the project, you're going to want to make sure that you have at least all of the minimum experience training listed for that individual for the given level of inspection qualification that you need that individual to meet for the statement of interest that you're going for. So if we go back and we look at Mark Rogers in that context, we're going for the TCM2, all right, which is like one of the highest levels of construction inspection that we're able to do. It requires a 1-year minimum of experience as a TCM1, and you must have an ACI PennDOT certification and a NECEP field technician certification, or a NECEP level 4 certification in the appropriate subfield. Okay, this is what you need. Or you can have 10 years of TCISM1 experience, and you must have an ACI PennDOT certification and a NECEP field technician certification, or a NECEP level 4 certification in the appropriate subfield. Or, and that's what this chart is doing. It's telling you all of the minimum requirement experience that you can have, or the substitution experience that you can have. And if you have an active PE license, that may be substituted for 4 years of experience and all NECEP levels. All right, so that's what this is telling you. You have an active PE license, then you don't necessarily need to go through all of the steps above. And what this matrix is doing is telling you for each construction inspector level exactly what is going to be required for you to get that individual approved for that level of construction inspection. And this is your responsibility. So if we set up Mark Rogers to be a TCM2 for a given statement of interest, and we win, and he's utilized, and then PennDOT goes back and says, well, wait up, you don't have this 3 years of experience that you said as a TCM1 that qualifies, so he's not going to be able to qualify. Then we're going to have to do some kind of substitution, all right? We're not going to be able to use him, so it's very important because this is going to be on us to get this right, all right? And what you'll see here is, based on the PennDOT requirements for this agreement, Mark has 3 years of experience as a TCM1, and he has the ACI PennDOT certification and a NECEP field technician certification. All right, and we'll see that here. In the additional credentials section, we put over 10 years of transportation construction inspection as a supervisor/management. He didn't go to college, okay? We used actual field experience instead of the college experience, but if he does have a civil engineering degree, or he has high school education or college education that you're going to be using towards the actual experience, then you're going to want to list that there. You'll see on the inspection chart, high school diploma actually will work as experience for like a TA2, okay, or a TA1. So that's why they're asking for the educational experience for the individual there. It might help them get the construction inspection level that they're trying to achieve, okay? Down here is where we list the certifications that Mark Rogers has, and this is his ACI PennDOT certification that he was required to have for the TCM2, and this is his PennDOT NECEP bituminous field technician certification that he was also required to have. He probably could have had either one of these, either the PennDOT NECEP asphalt field technician certification or the bituminous field technician certification. It just said that he needed to have one of the field technician certifications from PennDOT NECEP, so he actually has 2 of them there. He should be good. And we have the certificate number, and we have the expires date. These are 5-year certificates. You don't need to put the obtained date. If they do have expiration dates, you can just put the expiration date. If there is no expiration date, then you can just put the date that it was obtained. A lot of these certifications will be 5-year certifications, and you'll see the expiration dates here. Moving right along, Mark has 12 years of experience as an actual field technician. He has 4 years of experience with this company, and in total he has 20 years of related construction experience. Mark has worked with this company since 2016 on various projects, ABC Sample Company that is, all right? And below here we have a list of the projects in chronological order that Mark has worked on, and it's going to be important that those projects are going to be able to qualify the level of inspector that we're asking for, the TCM2. So I'm going to make sure that in the experience I show all of his experience that's going to justify that TCM2 qualification. Okay, and then what you'll see here are the client, we have the title here, we have the location, we have the dates worked, we have the duration of the project, and we have a brief project description. And then we're repeating that for each of these projects. Now that we have a completed construction inspection resume for Mark Rogers, as we want to do with all of our templated sections, we want to save this construction resume as a separate PDF file. Okay, it's going to be uploaded as a separate PDF file into ECMS. To do that, I'm going to go to File, Save As, and I'm going to make sure that I come down here and save this as a PDF, so that this can be a separate PDF file when it's time to upload this document back to ECMS. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll be back with the fourth and final section of your consultant qualifications package in the next video, and that's the quality plan. Thank you. We're going to discuss the final component of the consultant qualifications package, which is the consultant quality plan. So let's get started. Now, as we mentioned in former videos, the consultant quality plan is the only component of the consultant qualifications package that PennDOT does not provide a template for. So for guidance on the consultant quality plan, we're going to refer you to Publication 93, Chapter 1, Consultant Requirements 1.3. Okay, and what 1.3 of Publication 93 says is that the consultant shall be responsible for providing quality work, services, and products to PennDOT. The consultant quality plan shall provide the consultant's documented plan to adhere to practices standard to their profession. As part of the ECMS, the consultant is required to submit a quality plan as part of its electronic annual qualifications package. Any electronic annual qualifications package that does not include a quality plan will be rejected. The consultant quality plan will be considered confidential by PennDOT because of the operational content of the plan. Resumes included in the consultant qualification package should be limited to upper-level personnel whose decisions determine the success or failure of the firm. We discussed that in the resumes portion. The consultant quality plan should demonstrate the consultant's commitment to ensuring procedures, policies, standards, and specifications are followed to deliver quality work, services, and products to clients at a fair and reasonable cost in accordance with all terms and conditions accepted by the consultant. This plan should be concise and applicable to all clients. The consultant quality plan should contain and address the following elements. Now, this is important for you to take notice of, because we're going to help you put together a quality plan that addresses all of these elements, and we're going to help you do it quickly and concisely. But let's take a look at the elements first. First, we need the policy, all right? We need an organizational section or description. We need responsibilities and authorities to identify individuals in the organization and what they're responsible for. We need process controls. We need a piece on sub-consultants. We need to determine how we're identifying non-conforming work, services, and product, all right? We need monitoring schedules, delivery dates and budgets, invoicing procedures, procedures for the following project-specific functions: input, output, organizational and technical interface, and last but not least, we need feedback and internal quality auditing. Okay, so that's a pretty robust list there. And if you're trying to become part of a team and they need you to have an active qualifications package so they can see you on ECMS, so they can add you to the team, then what we're about to show you might be hugely helpful for you. It was helpful for us. We think that it might be helpful for you. All right, so what we're going to provide you with is a template that was actually created by PennDOT and ACEC back in the early 2000s, back when ECMS was still in its infancy. And we are going to give you the same disclaimer that they give you, which is this is a draft template that is intended for informational use. If you choose to use this, or if you choose to implement this plan in any form, then it is at your sole responsibility and discretion. And we seriously recommend that you tweak this for your company, and please read this and be aware of what's in this document. We're going to run through it quickly, but at no means am I going to read this all to you here in this video. So it's going to be your responsibility to read this and be informed on it before you decide whether or not to use it. All right. But with that being said, we have a sample quality plan here that we are going to give you. It will be available for download on the materials tab, and you would replace everywhere where you see your company throughout this template with the name of your actual company. You would make sure that you put your actual address and the month and year that applies to you. And you'll see here that we have all of the components that are outlined here: policy, organization, responsibility, description of non-conforming work. And you'll see here we have a quality policy, right? We have our organizational section. We have our process controls. We have our sub-consultants broken out. We have our identifying non-conforming work section here. So this is pretty much a one-to-one preventive and corrective action plan. This is pretty much a one-to-one with what Pub 93 is asking you for. And we're going to show you really quick how you can customize this and get yourself going, give yourself a head start to customize this at least. You still want to read this and make sure that this is a one-to-one with what's happening in your organization, because when you submit this, you are liable for it. We're going to show you really quick how you can customize this document. First thing you want to do is start by deleting this page. Get rid of that and make sure that this is now your cover page. Again, you want to come here, customize your address, make it applicable to your address. I'm going to slide this down so you can see what's going on here. We're going to do a control find for your company, okay? We're going to do a search and find for the term your company. We're going to paste it there, and we'll do a search and replace for the term your company. And you see that we have this 33 times. And what you would do is just type in the name of your actual company or organization here. I'm going to put ABC Sample Company. All right. And you see we have this here ready to replace. We're going to do a replace. And we've replaced it 33 times. Okay. I'm going to close that out here. And what we'll do now is just take a look at our document, give it a once over, make sure that it says ABC Sample Company all throughout the template where it's supposed to. And I believe we're good to go. And after this step, we're going to do the final step to prepare this for upload into our qualifications package, which is saving this as its own separate PDF document. All right. So what I am going to do, this looks good to go. It looks like I have the name of my company everywhere it should be in my quality plan. So this will work for us. I'm just going to show you this. We're going to do a save as. We're going to make sure we select PDF. And now we'll have a PDF version of our completed quality plan, which is the final component of our consultant qualifications package. All right, so now we're ready to create our consultant qualifications package. We'll actually show you how to upload all of the components of your consultant qualifications package and take that package from draft to active status. Thanks a lot. We're going to create and upload our consultant qualifications package. So let's get started. What we want to do is run through the templates that we created in the previous lessons, okay? And what we did was, if you remember, we created PDF versions of the 4 templates that are required. We created PDF versions of the components of our qualifications package, okay? And the first component was our general information section, and this is what our general information PDF looks like, if you remember that, okay? And I want to show you this because when we actually upload our qualifications package, we're going to be asked some information off of this in ECMS, and you want to make sure that you are ready. You're going to actually be asked this information, so you'll want to remember these answers and make sure that these match with our submission in ECMS. Okay, you may remember the next component was the project experience PDF that we created, and that was based off of the project experience template that we copied out for as many projects as we need to list. All right, up to 5 pages. All right, so we put these all together under one document and save that document as a PDF to create one project experience PDF. And this is our project experience PDF. I have about 5 projects listed here, okay? Okay, the third component of our consultant qualifications package that we created was a PDF of our consultant resumes, okay? This is key personnel, key decision makers in our company that we're listing the resumes for. These are key non-construction inspection personnel in our company, that is, all right? Because these are the non-construction inspection resume. templates. And what we did was combine them all together onto one document, save that document as a PDF so that we have a separate PDF for our resumes, for our consultant qualification resumes. Last but not least, we have our construction inspection resume. All right, but this was saved as a separate PDF. And really, if you're going for a construction inspection job, then you want to put the construction inspection resume templates. You won't really need the other resume templates as much as you're going to need to show the personnel of your construction inspection staff. If you're going for a non-construction inspection job, then that's when you want to have your other resumes uploaded. And the one thing about a qualifications package is that you want to update it depending on how often you're going after different statements of interest, okay? Because that is going to put your best foot forward for that particular statement of interest. You might need to tweak some things, tweak some staff, tweak some experiences or some projects to make you look more viable for a different type of statement of interest, you know, construction inspection versus non-construction inspection. So something to keep in mind, but this is your construction inspection template. And we only have one construction inspector on here, but this could be duplicated if you need more space. And last but definitely not least, we created a PDF of our master quality plan here, okay? So we have PDF versions of all components. Now, it is critical to understand that you cannot create a consultant qualifications package if you are not a PennDOT business partner. So just about for every other video up until now, I was logging in as a guest. So for example, even to access the templates, then you can just click here, you can log in as a guest, and anybody can download the consultant qualification plan templates. And you can start working on your consultant qualifications package while you're waiting to receive your business partner ID number and your ECMS login information. However, if you do not have a BPR ID number or ECMS login information, then you cannot move forward to actually create a consultant qualifications package, because that is tied to your independent ECMS profile. And you do not have an independent ECMS profile if you don't yet have a business partner registration ID number or ECMS credentials. So what I'm going to do is log in here with my ECMS credentials, and you'll know that when you're logged in as you, because you'll see your name here in the top right instead of guest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate right back to the same spot, which is the consultant portal. And now look how much different the consultant information portal had. Before, I just had the template download section. Now I have this support functions and I have express searches. And what we're going to do is go over here, create consultant qualifications package. Okay. So you'll see here when we click on create consultant qualifications package, you'll see right now that the status of this package is draft. That means it's not active. That means nobody can see it, and we're not active if we don't have an active qualifications package. So let's go down here and let's fill out the basic information. We are a corporation. And this is the services section that correlates with the general information section that I just showed you. So you want to make the same selections. We had construction inspection, we had construction support, cultural resources, design support services, and other, right? And we want to make sure that all those are selected. You can just hit your command key on Mac, or probably control on PC, or you can hit shift and click, you know, if they're all in a row. You know, if you have to click something that's not in a row, then you want to hold down command, all right? Or if you hold down shift, it'll select, you know, select them all like that. You might not want that. So shift if they're all in a row like that. But then when you need to skip over one, you know, down here, then you would just hold like the command on a Mac, maybe control on a PC, okay? So we have our services selected. This is going to be for multiple offices, and other office information is correct. Yes. Okay. Now this is where we actually upload all of those PDF templates that we created. And look, acceptable file type is PDF, right? So what you would do is just go here and you would actually choose, you know, the corresponding template for each. So for general information, we would select our general information template and open. All right. For project experience, select our project experience. For resumes, we're going to go get our resume template. Now, if it's for a construction inspection statement of interest, right? So if you have a construction inspection job that you're trying to win, use the construction inspection resume template. All right, upload that. All right. If it's a non-construction inspection job that you want to be active for, that they're going to be looking at this qualifications package for, then just go with your normal company resumes. Okay. And that's only if you have both. You might only be a construction inspection outfit, then use your construction inspection template. Okay. Quality plan, we're going to choose, and we're going to select our sample quality plan. All right. So now we have all of our templates uploaded here. All right, and if you want to put in a comment, then you can just type whatever comment that you'd like to type here. So what we're going to do here is go up to this workflow, submit, and if we click OK, then this is going to get submitted, and we should see our status go from draft to active. Now, if you're not ready to submit, then you can just go to save, and you could actually save this information, and it'll all be here ready to submit. And you see what I did was I went ahead and updated this because we're about to really submit this so you can see this. All right, so it's no longer sample information, it's our real information. But if you wanted to hit save because you still need to come back and work on something, then you can do that, and all of your documents will be saved and they'll be ready to go down there. Okay, so once everything looks good, you're just going to go to workflow, submit, click OK. And information was saved successfully. Now you see that our status went from draft to active that quick. Our date and submission time was 6/28, 3:57 p.m. Submitted by myself. You can see what was submitted there. And now we have an active qualifications package. So that's how it's done. That's how you create and submit a qualifications package on ECMS. I hope this training was helpful. We'll be back with the next video series shortly.